There's a weight you've been carrying that has no name. It doesn't bruise your skin or leave visible marks, but you feel it nonetheless. A heaviness that lives between your heartbeats, in the space where breath should come easily, but somehow doesn't. You've become so skilled at holding everything together that most people would never guess how close you are to unraveling. Each morning you whisper the same bargain with yourself. Just get through today. Just this one meeting. Just this one conversation. Just finish this task, and then, maybe then, I can finally exhale. But that moment never arrives, does it? The to-do list regenerates overnight. The obligations multiply. The world keeps spinning, demanding more of you before you've recovered from what it asked for yesterday. And somewhere along the way, you stopped waiting for permission to rest. You stopped believing rest would ever come. That's why you're here right now. Not by random chance. Not because an algorithm suggested this video, but because your soul reached a breaking point and sent out a signal so desperate, so raw, that the universe had no choice but to intervene. This is that intervention. This is the moment the cosmos looks you in the eye and says, enough. You've been strong enough. You've been brave enough. You've survived enough. Now it's time to stop surviving and remember what it feels like to actually live. Losses that arrived without warning, disappointments that shattered plans you'd built your whole life around, betrayals from people you thought would never leave. And through it all, you held yourself upright even when your courage was burning on fumes, even when every part of you wanted to collapse. You've done that alone, haven't you? Because that's what you learned, that asking for help means admitting weakness, that needing support means you're not capable, that showing exhaustion means you're failing at this thing called life. But here's what no one told you. Rest is not a reward you earn by fixing everything first. Rest is not the trophy you receive after solving every problem, healing every wound and tying up every loose end. Rest is not what comes after the battle. Rest is how you prepare for what's next. It's the sacred space where God can finally reach you, where the universe can slip blessings into your hands because you finally unclenched your fist from around the things you cannot control. You've been moving with such urgency because you're terrified that if you stop for even a moment, everything you've been holding together will shatter, that the walls you've built will crumble, that the life you fought so hard to maintain will collapse into chaos. But listen to this truth and let it settle into your bones. If something falls apart the moment you rest, it was never stable to begin with. And if something is truly meant for you, if a relationship, an opportunity, a dream is genuinely aligned with your path, rest will not steal it from you. Rest will strengthen it. Rest will bring you back into alignment so you can receive it properly, fully, without the exhaustion clouding your clarity. The world taught you to hustle for your worth, to push through uncertainty, to force answers out of moments that are still unfolding, to white-knuckle your way through fear until you've squeezed every drop of control from situations that were never yours to control in the first place. A gentler way. A way where you don't have to be your own rescuer every single second of every single day. A way where you trust that the universe is not testing you, it's supporting you. Where you understand that God didn't place you on this earth to struggle alone. Where you recognize that your angels, your guides, the divine forces that surround you, they're not watching you suffer. They're waiting for you to finally let them help. You do not have to earn your safety. You do not have to earn your worth. You do not have to earn your right to slow down, to breathe deeply, to take up space without apologizing for it. There are things in motion for you right now, right this very second, that do not require your striving. Doors opening that you haven't seen yet. Blessings arranging themselves behind the scenes. Divine timing aligning pieces you couldn't possibly coordinate with your human hands. And the universe brought you to this exact moment to say one thing: let go. Just for now, let go. Because here's what happens in rest. Your clarity returns. Not all at once, not with some blinding revelation, but quietly. Like fog lifting from a lake at dawn. Suddenly you can see one step ahead. Not the whole journey, just the next small step. The one you've been too overwhelmed, too depleted, too drained to notice. You're not lost, you're exhausted. And exhausted people don't need more direction. They don't need another map, another plan, another strategy for grinding through. They need restoration. They need to remember that their body is not a machine designed for perpetual motion, that their spirit is not an endless well that never runs dry. You've been living in survival mode for so long that it's become your default setting. Hyper-vigilant, hyper-aware of every possible threat, every looming uncertainty, trying to plan your way out of the unknown, to outthink the chaos, to solve problems that haven't even arrived yet. But control is a heavy thing to carry, and you were never designed to hold it all. God didn't ask you to be your own solution. The universe didn't hand you this life and say, figure it out alone, or fail. Every spiritual law, every divine principle, every cosmic truth whispers the same message. You receive more when you soften, not when you struggle. So if life has been loud, if your spirit has been tired, if your heart has been stretched so thin you can barely recognize yourself anymore, take this as the sign you didn't know you were waiting for. You're being asked to rest, not forever, not in defeat, but in trust. To stop running toward answers you're not meant to have yet. To stop forcing timing that isn't aligned yet. To stop carrying emotional weight that stopped being yours months, maybe years, ago. You think pausing means falling behind. But pausing is how you catch up with the version of yourself that's already waiting on the other side of this exhaustion. The you who remembers how to laugh without heaviness. The you who sleeps without anxiety gripping your chest. The you who moves through life with grace instead of grinding through it with gritted teeth. Rest is not weakness. Rest is preparation. Look at nature. She's been teaching this lesson since the beginning of time. The ocean pulls back before it releases its most powerful waves. The trees stand perfectly still before their next season of explosive growth. The sun disappears completely beneath the horizon before it can rise again, brilliant and new. You are no different. Your power is replenished in stillness. Your purpose becomes clearer in quiet. Your next chapter doesn't begin when you push harder. It begins in a moment exactly like this one, when you finally allow yourself to breathe. If no one has said this to you in a long time, let me say it now. You've done enough for today. You've tried enough. You've survived enough. You've proven enough. Now it's time to rest, not because you're giving up, but because you're rising. Because the universe has watched your effort. God has witnessed your resilience. Your angels have carried you through nights when hope felt continents away. And they all agree on one thing. You're stepping into a season where striving is replaced with receiving, where force gives way to flow, where exhaustion transforms into alignment. But to receive what's coming, your hands have to be still enough to catch it. Your mind has to be quiet enough to hear it. Your heart has to be soft enough to recognize it. So breathe. Right now, wherever you are, let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your jaw unclench. Let your heart soften behind the walls you've built. Let yourself be held for just this moment. This isn't the end of your story. This is the pause before your breakthrough arrives. Now, let's create something powerful together. If this message found you at the exact moment you needed it, if something inside you finally exhaled while watching this, I want you to write these words in the comments. I choose rest. I trust divine timing. Let the comment section become a sanctuary, a digital resting place where we remind each other that we don't have to carry everything alone. That rest is sacred, that we're held by something far greater than our own strength. And if someone in your life has been fighting battles in silence, if you know someone whose spirit is fraying at the edges, share this video with them. You never know. This might be the message their soul has been desperately begging for. You're safe to rest now. You're allowed to soften. You're permitted to trust. And when you rise again, and you will rise, you'll rise aligned with the life that's been waiting for you all along.